breaking news, according to Woj, the Detroit Pistons are in talks when it comes to acquiring DeMarcus Cousins and DeMar DeRozan in free agency this offseason. How does that sound? It sounds sweet, right? It sounds sweet, but I'm just talking shit, man. We back at it again, Leroy Toronto podcast. You know, let me explain this to you guys, why I think this is a good idea. And this is just a thought I had, you know, of how good the Detroit Pistons can be if they bring both these guys in. Now, DeMarcus Cousins hasn't really played a full season in 3 years, but he's shown that he could still hoop. Now, he's probably going to be cheap on the market due to all his injuries, but if the Pistons could get him on a vet minimum or even a similar deal like Derrick Rose, you know, give him 2 years, $7 million each year, let's see what he got. That would be great. A lot of you guys are thinking, no, go out and get Christian Wood. You know, Christian Wood this, Christian Wood that. Christian Wood is good, has a lot of potential, but he doesn't have that like experience like a DeMarcus Cousins. You know, DeMarcus Cousins could arguably be better than Jokic, or he could give you the same numbers, you know, coming off that Achilles injuries and the multiple injuries he had. But even in his days with the Warriors, in 25 minutes he gave you like 16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, a block. And his per 36 was basically his regular season stats before the injury, like 25 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, a block, and a steal. I think him and Blake Griffin could be really, really, really good together. Especially, this might sound crazy, but especially if you start Svi Mykhailiuk and Luke Kennard with Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose. Or even, you know what, I'm going to save that for later, what I'm about to say. But yeah, if you get that starting lineup together, you got 2 big men running dribble handoffs now. That's kind of going to look like the Warriors, you know. I don't know if you guys seen the clip of Svi in the minicamp, but shooting lights out. He's shooting like from 30 feet away now. Everything is swish. So you pair that up with DeMarcus Cousins and Blake Griffin coming off dribble handoffs. You try to trap that screen, you're going to get a pass to Cousins wide open, 3. You let Svi go, Svi's going to knock it down. Same thing for Luke Kennard on the other side with Blake. So we could be one of the most deadliest 3-point shooting teams, man. One of the best offensive teams. And we've shown that before in stints when we had less. When we had Reggie Bullock, we had Stanley Johnson. Man, I think it was a month like in December, like we had the best offense in the league. So yeah, man, this could be something the Pistons might want to do. Now, DeMar DeRozan on the other hand, you know, this is a guy that's very underrated. I know a lot of people like to talk about the negatives of him, but he does come with a lot of positives. His only kryptonite was LeBron James. LeBron James will make DeMar DeRozan look like a little kid. But in the year that LeBron made him look like a kid, DeMar played terrific against the Wizards in the first round. He was averaging about 27 points per game, 6 assists. They beat the Wizards in 6 games. Even DeMar DeRozan with his play in last year's playoffs against Denver, it was pretty strong. I think he averaged like maybe 23, 22 points per game, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. And this is a guy that could definitely help out the Pistons, especially because he's been playing point guard the whole year with the Spurs. I don't know if you guys watch a lot of Spurs basketball, but DeMar's bringing up the ball now, running pick and rolls. And he did a pretty good job. So now, put Derrick Rose on the bench, right? Start DeMar as your point guard. Your shooting guard, Luke Kennard. Your small forward, Svi. Your power forward, Blake Griffin. Your center, DeMarcus Cousins. you could do some damage with that. And Dwayne Casey is going to give DeMar DeRozan the green light to shoot threes. DeMar on the Spurs wasn't shooting a lot of threes, and his percentage wasn't that good. But if you go back to DeMar's last season with the Raptors, he was letting that thing fly, man. I seen a lot of 40-point games. He had a career high of like 52 against the Bucks. So with him, if he comes in, maybe we give him a little 2-year deal, like a multi-year contract or something, and then we still got that 7th pick. So another thing, I used to be a Raptor fan, right? So I watched Dwayne Casey have the best bench in the whole NBA the year the Raptors won 59 games. Like, with the young group he has now, they look good. Bruce Brown, Svi, Luke, Sekou. So imagine a bench lineup of, what's that dude's name, man? I keep forgetting his name. The new dude that the new GM just brought in, Patton, Sekou, Snell, Bruce Brown, Derrick Rose coming off your bench. Tell me that bench wouldn't be nasty, man. Tell me. That could be a killer bench. Now, who knows? You get rid of Snell, you bring in the 7th pick and throw him in there, whoever that 7th pick is. Halliburton, Cole Anthony, whoever. That could be a deadly bench. And that would form a good group, right? Of vets and young guys. Just like how the 2017-2018 Raptors were. 59 games, man. No Kawhi. No Marc Gasol. They still won 59. Couldn't get past LeBron. Another thing, if we don't get a dude like DeRozan for cheap, or we can't afford him, why not bring back Spencer Dinwiddie? This is a guy that averaged 22 and 7 in a bunch of games for the Nets. This is a guy he plays with a chip on his shoulder, and he's really good in the pick and roll. I think he could do damage. His 3-point percentage is going to get better under Dwayne Casey. Now, with all these guys I just talked about, it's giving me vibes of like a 2011 Dallas Mavericks. You got your vets. You got guys that once had it, but were stopped due to injury. Dwayne Casey got the Raptors to the top of the mountain. Boom. Fired. Has to watch his team win it all the next year. DeMar traded. His team wins it all the other year. Blake and Cousins, injuries. If the Pistons win it all with that roster, that's going to be an emotional chip, man. You're gonna see a lot of tears, man. Especially Derrick Rose with all the stuff he's been through. But yeah, man, you guys comment below. Tell me what you guys think. And yeah, I'm gonna talk to y'all later, man.